London versus Edinburgh. City comparison. Today our city comparison takes us to the two capital cities in the UK, namely London and Edinburgh. This would be an interesting comparison. Are there any similarities between the two great cities? What are their striking differences? In this video, we will compare and contrast London and Edinburgh in terms of their population, size, employment, safety, cost of living, education, and so on. This may give you an idea of which of the two cities is better for living. Of course, we have a separate video that discusses all factors that you can consider before you choose between London and Edinburgh while looking at which of the two to choose to live. For now, this is London versus Edinburgh. Geographical location. The most significant similarity between the two illustrious cities is that they both are the capital cities of the two most important countries in the United Kingdom. Edinburgh is to Scotland what London is to England. However, London is the seat of the central government and hence the capital of the entire United Kingdom of Britain and Northern Ireland. We're not going to spend this time discussing London's status as the England capital, the UK's capital de facto, or whether the status was granted by constitutional convention or granted by statute. London is situated on the River Thames that is in the southeast England. London has been a major settlement since about 2,000 years ago. Its core financial centre, the City of London, was founded by the Romans who called it Londinium. Its boundaries, as clearly marked by the Romans since its medieval times, have remained till now. This is also not the talk about the City of London, Greater London and the Westminster. Edinburgh, located in Lothian, is in Scotland's central belt on the southern shore of the Firth of Forth. It has gained recognition as the capital of Scotland since the 15th century, when it was favoured as the seat of the Scottish government. The city has the affectionate nickname Old Reekie, from the Scots expression for Old Smoky. Size and geographical features. London occupies a total area of 606.96 square miles. Out of this, the urban area is 671 square miles, while its metro area is large as 3,236 square miles. Its core, the City of London, is just 1.12 square miles. As for Edinburgh, the capital city and council area occupies 102 square miles. Its urban area is huge as 46 square miles. Edinburgh is a city situated at a higher elevation of 154 feet, while London is at an elevation of 36 feet. We can't afford to ignore the Thames River, which is London's primary geographical feature. This river is a floodplain emptying into the North Sea and is surrounded by gently rolling hills such as Parliament Hill, Addington Hills and Primrose Hill. The city, with a temperate oceanic climate, has a relatively low annual precipitation. It nevertheless receives 109.6 rainy days, around 1.0 millimetres annually. Even then, the city is vulnerable to climate change in the country, such that hydrological experts have continued to express concern that households in the city may run out of water before 2050. Edinburgh, situated in Scotland's central belt, where it is lying on the southern shore of the Firth of Forth, the city centre is about 2.5 miles southwest of the shoreline of Leith and 26 miles inland. The modern city, building on the early burgh's growth near the prominent Castle Rock, is described as built on 7 hills. So when you hear the expression 7 Hills of Rome, allusions are being made to Calton Hill, Corstorphine Hill, Craig Lockhart Hill, Braid Hill, Blackford Hill, Arthur's Seat and Castle Rock. In extremes, the temperature in London ranges from as high as 104.4 degrees Fahrenheit to as low as 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Summers are generally warm in London and can sometimes be hot. London's average July high is 74.3 degrees Fahrenheit. It experiences a temperature of above 77 degrees Fahrenheit on average of 31 days each year, and it goes above 86 degrees Fahrenheit on the average of 4.2 days. You likely remember the 2003 European heatwave, during which hundreds of lives were lost to prolonged heat-related complications. In London, winters are generally cool. It has only little temperature variation. Falling just about once each winter, heavy snow is rare. Spring and autumn can be quite pleasant there. Edinburgh, like most of Scotland, has a cool, temperate, maritime climate. Despite its northerly latitude, it is milder than Moscow and Labrador and other places lying at similar latitudes. Edinburgh's proximity to the sea would make up for any large variations in its temperature or extremes of climate. Its winter daytime temperatures rarely fall below freezing. Its summer temperatures are moderate and rarely exceed 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The highest temperature recorded in Edinburgh was 88.9 degrees Fahrenheit as seen on July 25, 2019 at Goggerbank, while the lowest recorded in recent years was 5.7 degrees Fahrenheit as seen in December 2010 at Goggerbank. Population structure comparison. London has a total population of about 8,799,800 according to the 2021 estimate. When this is placed beside the city's size, you would find that the city has a population density of 14,500 per square mile. This makes it Europe's third most populous city. It accounts for 13.4% of the population of the UK and over 16% of the population of England. According to the 2020 estimate, Edinburgh City and Council area's total population was 518,500. That gives us a population density of 4,730 per square mile. While the urban population was 530,990, the metro population was given as 901,455. From that comparison, we found that London is bigger both in population and size than Edinburgh. At the same time, the former is also more densely populated than the latter. Economy and employment rate. As of 2020, London's gross regional product was £504 billion, which was about a quarter of the UK's GDP. It was £55,974 per capita. The city's largest industry and one of the largest employers is finance. London's financial exports contribute largely to the UK's balance of payments. In fact, not less than 325,000 people were employed only in financial services in London around mid-2007. Some 85% of the employed population of Greater London are employed in the services industries. Tourism is another prime industry. As of 2016, not less than 700,000 were employed full-time in the sector, which contributes some £36 billion to the economy each year. Edinburgh too has a strong and huge economy commensurate to its size and population. As a powerhouse of the Scottish and the wider UK economies, Edinburgh has an economy that is second only to London's in the UK. Even bigger and more populous cities in the UK have economies lesser than that of Edinburgh, which has consistently been one of the most prosperous and affluent parts of the country since time immemorial. The city, which is the UK's second largest financial centre, is also the fourth in Europe by equity assets and 13th worldwide. In Edinburgh, about 17,136 people work with digital companies. Cost of living. The cost of living in London is quite high, there's no gainsaying that. In almost everything, London is more expensive than Edinburgh. We deliberately modify this with the word almost, just in case you know a cost item that is cheaper in London. Please, if you know, we want to learn from you. Kindly tell us in your comments. But from our questions, finding, travels and experience, we have not seen anything you pay less for in London than you will in Edinburgh. The overall cost of living considered, local purchasing power in London is 3.4% lower than in Edinburgh. We have produced a video that analysed this in detail. You are encouraged to see the video. Which one is safer? Generally speaking, Edinburgh is safer than London. Comparing the crime index, data that scores London 53.69 scores Edinburgh 31.42. According to the same data, Edinburgh scores 68.56 on the safety scale and London 46.31. For the past 3 years, the rate of crime increase in London is as high as 68.84%. It is about moderate in Edinburgh at 30.69%. Education. London is reputed as a major global higher education centre where teaching and research of the highest levels take place. The city also has the largest concentration of colleges and higher education institutes in Europe. There are 3 main universities that are known worldwide in Edinburgh. They're the University of Edinburgh, Heriot-Watt University and Edinburgh Napier University. Edinburgh too has long been a centre of education. Its feat in the fields of medicine, law, literature, philosophy, sciences and engineering, among others, is greatly remarkable. Now, what can you conclude? In London versus Edinburgh, we have no clear winner. They both are great cities. Kindly share your comments on this. We'll appreciate your doing so. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.